welcome to LJ Hooker headquarters, or welcome to your lounge room, or wherever it is that you are playing along this evening. My name is Sandra Masters. I'll be your auctioneer for your property this evening, and I do welcome all of you that have come along to either have a bid or are simply tuned in to see a result this evening. Certainly hope it is the one you want. So the process is very simple this evening. It is just the one property that we do have up on offer. So if you have come along to watch any of the other properties, do just let us know. But we will be auctioning Unit 3 of 5 to 7 Wellington Street here in Ngunnawal. So if you have tuned in for any other properties, do just get in touch with the agents and they'll certainly be able to let you know exactly what is happening with those. And of course, if you are here for that property, very best of luck to you. Now, I will run through the auction terms and conditions under which we'll be conducting the auction here in the ACT this evening. Of course, they are available in your contract. They're going to be going up on the screen behind me, and no doubt you've made yourself familiar with them, but they're just a fair and simple set of playing rules for you all. And of course, if you are bidding this evening, you'll know that you must be registered in order to do so. You will have been provided with a number, and that number is being held by an agent in the room for you this evening. You'll be making the decisions over the phone for them and letting them know what you want them to do, and they'll be holding that up and yelling that out nice and clearly. And I'll make that very, very clear to you at home as well, for you to be holding the bid, and you'll certainly be able to see that on the screen as well. Now, of course, the property will be sold subject to a reserve price this evening. Now, if we do reach or exceed that reserve, then the highest bidder will be the buyer, and at the fall of the gavel, of course, we'll be organising that signing of the contract for you this evening. As with all auction properties, there is no cooling off, so you can simply pop the champagne this evening and start that celebration and start that planning of the housewarming immediately. Now, if we don't reach the reserve, of course, the highest bidder does have first right to negotiate directly with the seller, and I'll remind you of that as we get into the auction. So what you want to be is actually that last person standing. You'll either be at the point that you're buying the property, or you will be at the point where you have exclusive rights to negotiate directly with the seller. Either way, you want to be the first to be last in this instance. All right. Now, along with your bidding, I too can make one bid for the seller. I will simply announce this as a vendor bid if and when it does become necessary. Now, not to be confused with that reserve price that we mentioned. It is simply a figure that is set below the reserve, and it's a figure in which you must be above in order to secure the property. I will simply let you know what that is if it becomes necessary to do so. All right, beautiful. I can't help you with the increments in the bidding this evening, but of course we are here to make that as easy for you as we possibly can, so we'll allow you to do that this evening as well. All right, now I'll run through the contract on which we'll be bidding. Again, I'm sure you've made yourself familiar with it all, so I won't run through all 300 pages. We are just going to make sure that if you're going to be instructing the agent to put the paddle up, that it is on the right property. Now, I mentioned the address earlier, but the legalese of it is Unit 3 in Unit Plan 996, Block 9, Section 22, a lucky number for some, and the Division District there, of course, in Ngunnawal, or simply Unit 3 in 5 to 7 Wellington Street in Ngunnawal. Now, what do you think, Judy Morris, for the preparation of the contract? It is a full and complete contract here that notes LJ Hooker Gungahlin as the trust account, the stakeholder for the deposit there as well. Hugo Mendez, certainly no stranger to that area and certainly no stranger to real estate. If you've been looking for property in that area, I'm sure he's an incredibly familiar face, but a friendly bloke to boot. So if you do have any questions, he is here to help. He's probably going to be a little busy on the phone this evening, but certainly any questions that you have, do direct them in that way. You won't find a nicer or more thoroughly informative gentleman anyway to help you with your purchase. Now, there is no restriction on transfer. It is a non-land rent lease. Well, that's a mouthful. You're simply, of course, buying the house and the land. The property is being offered with your vacant possession. The goods are described as the fixed floor coverings, the window treatments, and the light fittings as inspected. The date for completion is marked here as 28 days. Then, of course, the contract calls for a 10% deposit, but there is some flexibility around there with a deposit by installment clause. And of course, if you've made some arrangements around that settlement, that will be upheld for you as well. Any arrangements that you've made with Hugo prior to the auction will be noted on the contract for you, so you can bid with confidence as long as they have been approved prior. So that's the legalese of the property, but what it doesn't tell you is the heart of the home. You can see it going on a little bit behind me there, but no doubt you've been through the property yourself as well. It is a great, solid little unit. They say you can't go wrong with brick and tiles and mortar, and this is the perfect example of that. If you're going to be putting yourself into anything safe, This is a beautiful one to be doing. So it's pretty from the street, it's pretty from inside, and it's got that gorgeous entertaining in the land that it sits on out in the rear as well. So perfect whether you're looking as an investment, whether you're looking for something to put your family into, or whether you just know perhaps there's another isolation coming up and you'd like to do it somewhere nice. Whatever your reasons may be, you'll know what they are, and it may compel you now to tell your agent to put their paddle in the air, and who starts us underway straight away. 380 with bidder number 1490 with bidder number 8 and 400,000 with bidder number 30. 415, there's a lot of bidders in there at bidder number 2 at 415. A nice quick move, and I've got a paddle up here. 420 now with bidder number 14. I've got you there at 420,000, bidder number 14. Everyone else having a little bit of a breather in your instructions, and 425 with bidder number 2. Back to number 2 there, I've got you at 425,000. Do come back to you there. Bidder number 14, you've been strung out of the gates. Let me know what you want to do. But at 425, bidder number 2. 428, you wouldn't go to 430. Bidder 40, keeping the 5s at this stage. But at 430, what do we say? Quickly before somebody else does take that spot for you.
430.
430, I have now with bidder number 30. Wait too long, it just
435.
expensive. And 435 back with bidder number 2. Beautiful, got you there. Where are we at? Number 30. 14, haven't forgotten about you. But at 435,000 now with bidder number 2, I got you there. At 435 is the call. Couple of big silence. At 437, determined to chip away in those singles, and that's okay. I'll allow you to do it now. Does leave the gate open at 440. I've got you there, bidder number 30. At 440,000. Me know, do we continue in those? I'm at 440 now. Against you at 440, it'll need to be bigger than that. But at 440 with bidder number 13 now. Lots of conversations going on. I can appreciate it's a big decision. But at 440, I have now bidder number 30. Look for a further increase from there. What do we want to do? 14, you've been strong the whole way.
442.
442. Get you there. Beautiful. At 442, back with 14. Decision there, 30. 445 it is. At 445,000 now. Got you there. Bidder number 30 at 445 is the call. 14, what do we want to do at 445? I have now. We'll make sure if you're having those conversations, certainly taking one of the agents away to have a chat there, and that's okay. But at 445,000 then. Bidder number 14, looking for a decision. What do we want to do? Again, single level brick and tile, immaculate living here. At 445,000 now. I'll give you a little bit of a moment, more longer than we would. It can be some time of a delay, and I appreciate it's a big decision. But at 445, I appreciate your patience. 30, it is with you. We'll just make sure everyone else does have that chance to make a decision. But at 445,000 then, we'll look for some confirmation. 445 is a call. I'm sure I've allowed enough time for the delay. I will call that in then if there is no further bid then. I'm going to call it for the first time now at 445. For the second time now, nice and slow, so you can jump in at 445 with bidder number 30. For the third and final time, we'll make sure, is it another single out there? Bidder number 14.
Are we on the market yet?
You're getting very close. It won't be to you if we are. But what do we say? Another bid might just do it for you. I'm going to get some instructions. 445 at this stage. All right. Got our owners on the phone. I made a mistake. They are here to see the property sold this evening. But at this stage, bid number 14, I can tell you it's not quite yet to you. So if you are still in it this game, do make it another couple of thousand. Don't leave anything behind. Don't leave with any regrets at 445,000.
Good Faith Fries at 460.
460 I have now with bidder number 30.
I've got 460.
The longer you leave it, the more it costs you. But bidder number 30, I appreciate good faith rise and a strong, bold bid at that. And it may just be the move that does buy it for you. At 460,000 now we have 460 is the call. Where does that leave you? Was it tough of a decision before? Where is it at now? But at 460,000, for a further bid or an offer, I'll call it around then. For the first time now at 460. Second time at 460,000 with bidder number 30. For the third and final time, Bidder number 14, I'm going to let you know the property is on the market. If there is
On the
no
market
further bidder
now.
and offer, I will be selling it, and I won't do that to bidder
Yeah,
number
give us
30
451.
anymore, but I am going to make sure I'm very, very clear that if there is no further bidder and offer, the property is for outright sale, and we'll be selling the property away this evening. We will be welcoming new owners in, but I will make sure you have one final opportunity. If there is anything left in there, you'll let me know now. We are on the market. We are playing for keeps. This will be the final chance now for the first, second, third time of calling. Are we absolutely certain? All done. Then we're selling. So, congratulations, bidder number 30. Very, very well bought. It's a beautiful home, and we wish you the very, very best of luck with your future there. To all our other bidders that did come along and bid this evening, thank you for your participation. And for those of you that were simply observing, hopefully a fun evening, and thank you for your observation. If you have any real estate questions, be sure to get in touch. But on behalf of LJ Hooker, have a fabulous Wednesday evening. Thank you.